Greetings, citizens of the world. I don't know. I got to come up with a better intro because I found I paired other people by accident. But hey, guys, everybody, ladies, gentlemen, germs, boys and girls, and dogs, animals. Well, if you have small pets, please lock them up for their own safety tonight with my guest that's coming in tonight. But I won't. I won't make y'all wait on this special guest who was so great at the last minute and cleared his entire schedule for me to be here all the way from the UK. It's the great Ash Singh. Hey, buddy, how are you tonight?
I'm very hungry. Give me those pets. I'm doing good, thanks, mate.
Yeah, Aang's fighting over the capybara, so
I'll eat the capybara too.
love the capybaras. Hey, we're going. Are they the dessert or the entree?
I can hack in the background. I don't know. They're I'd say they're full size. They're a decent size. I'd say probably like a good main course.
Hey, there you go. And of course, folks, everybody out there, we're just we're only kidding. We
Are we?
don't want any animals hurt or anything else.
Don't we? Yeah, I'm kidding.
It's my channel, Ash. You don't want it to happen. Your channel, you can do it. My channel,
Okay.
yeah, there you go. All right. So, because you might start a riot with the people around here. I know that there's quite a few animal lovers here.
Oh,
But hey,
I love animals too. Sometimes a bit too much.
yeah. So,
Can't see much.
before we start talking the chat and all, how have you been doing lately?
Oh, I'm doing good. This week I've mostly been like chilling, catching up on just sleep and rest, and playing some games here and there. And yeah, now that university is done for Christmas, I finished uni. My last week was last week. Now, like including this week, I've got like 5 weeks off for Christmas. So yeah, just enjoying the holiday.
No, believe me, it'll be over before you know it. That's the biggest problem.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, trying to make this very quick. 1 to 3 words. What do you think of the new Fortnite season?
Oh, I love it and I hate it. Like, there's a lot of cool new stuff. Like, I like the motorbikes,
Right?
and I like those sledgehammers that launch you in the air and all that stuff. And I like the perk system. I think that's pretty cool. And like the capture the flag essential points dotted throughout the map, and like the whole like you're flying into an island that's like floating in space rather than on a planet, and
right.
The whole concept is cool, but like I don't like the way they're doing it, set up the quests. I don't like how they're doing that. I don't like they're actually weekly, and you can't go back and retroactively complete
or you've got to do 5 stages of something. Yeah, I mean,
exactly. Yeah,
we might have to have a Fortnite stream just to let everybody vent out their frustrations. Because
maybe
that'd be that would help me if we get 100 subs. I'm doing a 24-hour stream. That probably would take 6 hours right there. But hey, well,
maybe just 24 hours of Fortnite.
There you go. God, I finally got on tonight for the first time in 6 days.
Oh wow.
I'll have to tell you more later. But hey, well, let's go through and greet everybody. We got 7 people with us already. Wow. And if you're on Twitch, make sure you follow us over there. We still like to get more over there. And then on this YouTube side, make sure you like the video, share it out, leave comments. Sub. We're getting close. We're at 80. We're only 20 away from 100. So let's go. Tell your friends, and we'll have fun with this. So. Well, let's go. We got to say hello first to the great and glorious, the brains and the beauty behind this operation, the Mrs. Dadman Walking. Lovely to see you, my lady. And there's the old bear from south of us, the Snortapoopas Cuber. Greetings, sir. How are you tonight? And hey, you don't need to know nothing about football. If you got questions, we'll take them. And if not, I'll make Ash answer it according to his version of football. Right, Ash?
Absolutely. Well, I'll
There you
certainly
go.
try.
There you go. But so hey, and glad you're here though, and we're doing good, Snort. Appreciate you being here. Here we got here. We got others. Geeky, hey Geeky, how are you tonight?
Hey,
Howdy, howdy. Glad you're here with
howdy
us.
ho.
Howdy ho. Gosh, you smell like flowers. Oh gosh.
What?
You don't know Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo?
No. Hanky
Mr.
what
Hanky,
poo?
the Christmas poo. He loves me. He loves you. From
Oh,
South
God.
Park.
Oh, okay. That's I've seen South Park, so that's why.
Yeah, it's the Christmas poo. He's
Oh,
magical.
okay.
But oh gosh. And howdy to Castle. Greetings, sir. Glad you're here with us tonight, Castle. Glad you're here. And Ish, you're being watched. The Bears watching you now.
It's okay. It's okay.
But see, you know, the missus is on your side again about them being a good entree, the capybara. So
yeah, true. I mean, you could get some like capybara, like little on cocktail sticks, like little chunks, cocktail sticks, and you got some like little bowls of dips. Just
little appetizers.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, you know, South Park always has told us about appetizers. You know what they are?
No.
Starving Marvin, they're what you eat to make you more hungry. So great things I've learned from South Park over the years. So and sort of warning, none of that loving animals too much stuff. Perv.
What the? I don't know what you're insinuating there. When I say I love animals too much, it's to the point that I'd want to eat them for my dinner.
Oh gosh.
Especially chickens. KFC, let's go.
That is a riot. That is a hoot. Glad for everybody that's here tonight. If there are people lurking, we love lurkers too. Just like I said, follow us on Twitch and sub on the YouTube side, and become part of whatever we do. We got more stuff coming down the road, and not just football. Not just football. And you got a fan out here in the audience.
Absolutely, Patriots, let's go.
And then this, of all things.
Even better, KFC, let's go.
All caps. Hey.
All caps, yes.
So, although I think Snort and I might say the Publix chicken might be better, but hey, we're different. So, but hey, why don't we get kicked off? Speaking of football and kicking off, why don't we kick off our show tonight? Okay. Absolutely. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
All right. Let me get everything modded up here, and let me do this, and there you go. Our standard disclaimer before every show: this is not for gambling. We're just here for entertainment, having fun, and we're just having fun talking football.
Oh man, Ish might bring in I better turn off the gambling apps on my phone then.
What's that, Ish?
I better turn off the gambling apps on my phone.
Oh yes. Well, they can do whatever.
I'm just kidding. I don't use them.
Well, I'll be honest. This week, with the way I Christmas treat these games, when we get into them, you wouldn't want to use my picks for gambling. I'm like, half these teams I've not watched all this year, and I'm going to talk about that. There are 41 college football bowl games this season. Now, to help you get perspective, Ash and Snorterpoop, other people that may not be familiar with college football. You have your regular season, then there's conference championship games, and usually the conference champions get the better bowl games, or what they call the playoffs for the 4 teams.
Yeah.
Everybody else gets kind of like consolation prize, which is a bowl game. We have one here. Basically, 2 teams come in, they do charity work, they do all this stuff for the teams as a reward for playing this year. The schools get a big paycheck and stuff like that. But they're basically glorified exhibition games.
Right.
Because they really don't count for anything. But they've had a history of tradition going back at least 50 years, and some have gone longer, like the Rose Bowl. It was just known as the granddaddy of them all. So that, and I want you to all put that in perspective. 41 bowl games, and that's why I was joking about Christmas treeing it, because there's some very interesting matchups what we got here. And since everybody's still on chicken, Castle Publix chicken is fantastic with the sweet tea, and then Snorterpoop's Public Chicken rules. I love the way Snorterpoop spells things. It's really, really cool. So that is basically what we're talking about tonight are the bowl games.
Got
Does
it.
that kind of make sense for you, Ash, or is there a little more that I can clarify on that?
Kind of. I think it'll become more clear to me as we go on.
Don't forget the Hawaiian rolls. Okay, we won't. Got to have those, and I got
What's a Hawaiian roll?
They're these like sweet rolls. They're not your plain just boring unbuttered bread. They have like some sugar. They got a Hawaiian flavor in it. It basically is. They're like little biscuits that you can. No, not biscuits.
Scones.
Like a yeast roll type thing. And then they're very, very famous. They're very, very good. People really love them. So
I'd say I'm more confused after you started explaining since before you started explaining.
I know. Mrs. If you're in the chat still, tell
Mrs.
him boy what Hawaiian rolls are. Obviously, I screwed that one up. I specialize in football. That's what I do. So
I thought you were the food guy.
I'm the food guy, but I just eat it. Ish.
Oh, I like eating it, not analyzing it.
Ish. Yeah, exactly. Let me see. You know what I meant to do while we were chatting a little bit? I wanted to run a poll real quick. I experimented with one last night. So, folks, so Ash, what do you remind us from, you were on the show earlier this year, remind us a little bit about your experience with American football while I'm bringing this poll up.
Yeah, so if you weren't here for the last time I was on this channel, I was basically saying how, like, my experience with American football is really so it sort of started in Boston because that's kind of why I support the Patriots. It was a high school international trip, and I spent 5 days in Boston, and there we were doing a partnership with American High School, and we went to their high school American football game, and then that's where I learned more about the sort of basic rules of football and how the game sort of works and is structured, and yeah, I sort of got into the vibe of the game and the sport. So I was like, okay, that's the first place where I really learned about the sport. I'll just take on the New England Patriots as my team, and I mean, I'm from original England. That's New England. It kind of fits anyway. So that's my sort of foray into American football as a sport. So yeah, I don't know too much about the in-depth rules. The most that I know what a first down is, and I know what a touchdown is. I mean, who doesn't know what a touchdown is? But still, and that's kind of about it.
Are you familiar?
What a quarterback is?
Yeah, quarterback. But each year the NFL plays at least 4 games over there.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like the international series.
Yeah, is that a really big? I mean, how big is that?
Oh yeah, it's very big. It's a Wembley Stadium, which is one of our biggest stadiums in the country. I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure what the biggest is, but it's pretty up there. It's one of the main. If you think of football stadiums or just stadiums in the UK, it's Wembley and O2. Those the main UK stadiums, and the games are usually at Wembley, and they're huge. The tickets are usually sold out, and if they're not sold out, they're close to selling out. And some decent teams come over every now and then.
Well, the Jacksonville Jaguars are usually there every year because it's they're trying to. Shah Khan owns a soccer team, Fulham, over there.
Fulham,
yeah. So, which is not always been a good team like the Jags, and it's kind of the joke has been he's trying to move the team to London, but but that's good because I know a lot of people do go over. A lot of Americans travel over there for that game.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember the Dolphins have played over here. I know one of the Texas teams have played over here.
I know Dallas has played a couple times.
Yeah, the Patriots have come over once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
But awesome. Yeah, I'd love to go see what actually because I've never been to a pro game, Like I said, the only game I've been to is a high school game. I haven't even been to a college game, but like, I mean, we even have like our own like local American football leagues here. Like the people do play it here as well.
Oh wow.
It's obviously nowhere near as big as the US. I mean, it's like your national sport. Well, no, your national sport is baseball, right?
That's
And
called the
then,
national pastime, but it's kind of been
right,
passed up by football.
right, okay. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like, well, I'd say it's in my opinion, one of the big four in the US. It's like
Hmm.
baseball, basketball, American football, and
Yeah.
NASCAR. Those are like the main four in the US, I would say.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that because I've always wanted to ask you about how big that was over there because a lot of the people have things about moving some of the team games over there.
Oh
Um,
yeah, oh yeah.
but here's the poll question night. Let's see. I'll add it. Which of these bowl game names do you like the best? The Wasabi Fenway Bowl? Oh shoot! It collapsed on me. Tony the Tiger's Sun Bowl, Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl, or Duke's Mayo Bowl?
Duke's Mayo Bowl. Oh, that's a weak name. That doesn't sound like Duke's
Well,
Mayo
the
Bowl.
two I
It's
did went
like a
with.
menu item.
That's the I hate mayonnaise, so I mean, why stick that in there? The two that I
Yeah.
left off because I couldn't fit them in was the Cheez It Bowl and the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl presented by Stifle or
Oh my
Stiefel.
god.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see what we'll go back. We'll get started on our football a bit, and we'll check out and on our poll. We've got 7 people watching us right now. Let me actually, hey, Subhuman, yo, welcome in, welcome in. Glad to have you again
There's a
tonight.
woman.
So yeah, yeah, wasabi sounds spicy. That's why I don't
It
touch the
is.
stuff. I don't. I'm weak. I'm a wimp with that. Do
The
you
thing
like?
is, I've never had wasabi, but I
Yeah,
know it is spicy. But I just went with that one because Fenway
yeah.
Stadium.
I love Tony the Tiger because I love Frosted Flakes. They're
Yeah.
great. Yeah. So anyway, well,
See, you
listen.
call them Frosted Flakes. We call them Frosties.
Ah, well, Frosted Flakes is technically a copyright name over here. So that's why they're called that
Oh,
way. But even the
right.
generics, how many times the generics take on the real on the name of the real product too. Like
Yeah.
Disney, like we talked about on Lorena's show about the term Fast Pass was used
Yeah.
at Universal. I mean, everybody calls it by an accepted name. When it gets there, it sticks. So
Yeah.
even though it's something different. So
Yeah.
Mrs. says that apparently a lot of the wasabi is not real. It's horseradish. They must make it green then. So, okay. Well, Ash, all right. I talked about bowl games, right? They
Yes.
go back a long time. It's a tradition. It's basically a glorified scrimmage game. Well,
Yes.
we have 41 games this year.
God damn.
Yeah, 41 games. 2 of the games will lead into the playoffs, so they're like duplicate games.
Well,
But
41 games this year, as in yet to be played.
yes, starting
So,
tomorrow.
oh my
Starting
god,
tomorrow.
so there's going to be 41 games from tomorrow until the end of this year.
Yes. And
Bloody
some
hell.
of them are really not, a lot of them are going to be hard to watch games. So, but you remember I talked about analytics?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm an old fart. You know that, right? You know?
Really? I had no idea.
Yeah. Well, I was born in 1970. Okay.
Oh my god.
I'll bring this up here and hopefully.
I mean, wow, so young.
Yes. What we have here, my friends, is an analysis of the number of bowl games going back 52 years. 1970, there were only 11 bowl games around. When I was a kid really liking football, there were only 15 games in 1980. And you can see that they started growing in 1990, 19 games. And then it starts to explode in the 2000s with the advent of the increase of big networks like ESPN, other sporting networks. Because if you remember, back in the 70s and 80s, there were there were only 3 networks, but it was predated ESPN, and really only ABC, CBS, and NBC showed any type of pro or college games. That was it. So
Right.
there was really a restricted availability of product there. Well, you see the advent of ESPN come up, and you can see how after 2000 things explode. There's more corporate money, more advertising, all this goes around, and you can see how they exploded in the 2000s. Up to 2019, 40 games. I did this for a reason. I would have done 2020, but you see how 2020 had 26 games? That was the year of what everybody knows happened and shut a lot of stuff down, which was frustrating to a football fan. But that's why I want to show you the year before in 2019, there were 40 games. In 2020, they had a lot of those games scheduled, but so many of them were canceled because of travel issues, illnesses, things like that. But then in 2 years, it is more than rebounded back up to 41 games now.
Jeez.
Which includes the 2 games that lead into the playoffs. So this is really the history of how the bowls have been. You used to have a few like the Rose Bowl, the Sugar Bowl, the Cotton Bowl, the Orange Bowl, really big games, and they were really focused on New Year's Day.
The Salad Bowl, the Chicken Bowl.
Toilet Bowl for the bad teams. How about
Toilet
that?
Bowl.
I love it. I love that. I've always wanted to have one called a Toilet Bowl. That would be a cool question. If you could name a bowl, what would you name it? But
no, to be fair, the Toilet Bowl could be a good idea. Like it determined the best loser.
Exactly.
So you could put like the worst 5 or worst 10 teams and have them play to be the best loser or something like that.
Yeah, I'd definitely put old Tennessee there in that bowl. Let's see if I get a response on that one. But hey, oh my gosh! But let's see what the chat has said. Okay, okay, that's okay. We talked about that one. Are you hiding away? Oh, Subhuman is very quiet, I guess. So, oh man, oh no, that's not good. But the missus says the bowl games bring the money. Yes, they do. Like I mentioned, the local game we have here, the biggest thing that they're known for is the charity work. They, with the ticket sales, advertising, and everything, they put money back into various local charities. So they do make a lot of money, but they also do a lot of public good and for other charities and stuff like that. Kind of like the golf tournaments. I mean, we have a big PGA championship tournament here, and that's one of the biggest goals of it is the charity work associated. But
that's good.
But those big games, Rose Bowl, Orange Bowl, we're talking about a lot more money, a lot on a bigger scale. And now that they run alternating years, the playoff games through those bowls, it's even bigger. And we could talk about, and like I said, in the old days, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day were the games. But now with 41 games, they start tomorrow. And it's crazy. I love football, but I can't, some of those games I can't watch. So, and Snorta Poopa says this is why so much beer is sold during the season, not to mention chips, sausage, buffalo wings, etc. Exactly. Because I've made a run across town a few times to get pizza and stuff, just for certain big games. Oh gosh, here you go. Toilet Bowl, the battle of the bottom. That's good. That was good. Yeah. All right. Well, we've got 8 watching. So, like I said, hey, follow us or like the videos, and, thank you for being here. So with that being said, one other interesting fact, and then we'll get into the games because I'm probably going to fly through a lot of the games. An interesting thing I noticed by bowl games by state. Texas has the most at 7 games, and which is kind of a difference because Florida was known for having more of the games for a long time. But as we'll see where the locations are, I mean, I've never heard of like Frisco, Texas, and things like that. But in Florida, they use the Citrus Bowl in Orlando for like 3 games. Raymond James for at least, I think, 2 games in Tampa. It's like they just the same building, just slap a new sticker on it for the game of the week, But personally, what I found, California had 3. What I found the most amazing was that Louisiana and Alabama were tied with California with 3 games each, which you don't really think of bowl games in small states like that. You think the big states, the Texas, California, Florida, with the big major metropolitan areas. But I always loved in Louisiana, they had the Poulan Weed Eater Independence Bowl, but it's known as something else now. So, Ash, you're going to like some of the names we're going to see here soon, okay?
Just like a side note, like what correlation do these have in comparison to the Super Bowl? Like, is it the same sort of structure, like where you have like your regular football tournaments, and then the Super Bowl is like the bowl version, but the main state teams? Or is the Super Bowl just
the Super Bowl deletes the playoffs? The Super Bowl is the ultimate event. It's sort of similar with college now, but the college only has 4. The top 4 that get selected go into 2 bowls. They play there, and then they play in the championship game. Whereas the NFL is a playoff slotted system. They take, I can't remember now if it's still 12 or if it's 14 with teams having a bye. But basically, the top teams that are eligible for playoffs make the playoffs. Then they seed. Then they play on one conference plays itself, the other conference plays itself, and ultimately the conference winners play the Super Bowl. So it's more of a tournament format.
I've been wrong this whole time then, because I always thought the Super Bowl was the name of the whole tournament, not the final.
They call them like divisional wild card games, divisional semifinals, conference finals, and then the Super Bowl.
So is there like no one name for the whole tournament? It's just different things, and then just the Super Bowl is the final game.
Right. That's how that works.
Oh, okay.
Right. That's how that works. It's quite interesting, I will say. Let me go ahead, and we are going to start. Let me do this real quick. I'm multitasking, which is always dangerous. So let me go through the games real quick individually, and then I'll go back through my picks at the end. Okay, that might be the best way to do it at this part. Okay, the first game starting tomorrow, which is December 16th. Actually, there are 2 games tomorrow, Ash. How about that?
Wow.
And y'all feel free, you comment on names and what I'm about to say and stuff like that. Tomorrow, December 16th, you have the hometown Lenders Bahamas Bowl. The Miami, Ohio Redhawks versus the Alabama Birmingham Blazers in the Bahamas.
The Miami,
Ohio Redhawks.
Miami, Ohio Red. Okay.
And Ash, to say why Ohio is in parentheses, that's where they do it so they don't confuse the Miami with the Miami in Miami, Florida. They're Miami, it's parentheses, Florida. Too many Miami. Okay.
Oh boy! If this is just the games tomorrow,
this is just games tomorrow. We're already
for a long stream.
Oh gosh. Basically, Redhawks and Blazers, some cool names there. There's not much to say about this game. Really here with this thing. There's not a lot of write up. It's just, like I said, it's a glorified exhibition. So that's the first game. The second game of the day tomorrow is the Duluth Trading Cure Bowl in Orlando, Florida. The Troy Trojans against the University of Texas San Antonio Roadrunners. So the Roadrunners have a great offense. The Troy has a top defense. So that's the key to this game here. So, and also Texas, how many damn teams are there in Texas? I mean, they get so many hyphenated teams. We'll see probably some more later, but.
Well, I just go by there's a lot of people in Texas, so they're going to have a lot of teams.
Yes, exactly. And like the missus said, they get to go to the Bahamas. And that's one of the things too, is that they look at this also as a treat, as a reward for the coaches, the players, and all to get to go there. Snor says the Great Miami River is in Ohio. Used to be an Indian tribe called Miami up there. Yes, and they used to be called. I don't remember if it's Red Hawks, but they used to have a nickname of an Indian lineage, and they, with all the debates about team names and mascots a few years ago, they changed it to the Red Hawks. So, but that makes sense, Snortopoopas. Thank you for that information. The original name of the team was had a tie to the area. So, that's very interesting. So, I'm glad to have you around, Snortopoopas. So, December 17th. This is Saturday. It's the Wasabi Fenway Bowl with the Cincinnati Bearcats versus the Louisville Cardinals. What they say is this is probably going to be, and I'm getting a lot of my information from ESPN.com. Basically, Cincinnati's lost their coach, who's gone to a Big 12 school, Big 10 school. It's a battle of defenses, it sounds like. So, it's really another glorified scrimmage here. But hey, in Ash, this was being played in a baseball park.
Nice. Seems legit.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not the only one. I mean, it's kind of weird to watch a football game.
But parks like smaller than regular football pitches. So would it even work?
Yeah, the fields are long enough and wide enough. You can do it, but it's tight around the outfield fence. But if you look back to the old Chicago Bears, they played in Wrigley Field. In the old days, they did more than, it wasn't just a dedicated stadium. They'd play anywhere and everywhere. And that's interesting choice of terms. It's a suppository of useless information. And the missus loves the Wasabi Bowl. I know you
Wasabi Bowl, let's go.
Oh, so we've got that. Hey, and this one, Deion Sanders. You know Deion Sanders?
Nope.
Prime time? Nope. Okay, for you that do know about prime time, he's taken the job at Colorado, the University of Colorado, but his former team, the Jackson State Tigers, play North Carolina Central Eagles in the Cricket Celebration Bowl. So they've got two. Both teams have good quarterbacks. It could be a high-scoring, fun game. But that's your next game. Snortopoopas, the Bears. Yeah. The next game is the New Mexico Bowl in Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's
a normal name.
It is this one is. Wait, there's going to be some more abnormal ones coming up here. Yes, it's the Celebration Bowl with the Cricket. The wireless company is sponsoring it. Remember, these bowls, and it's a good point that raises here. For y'all and for Ash, they used to call bowl games just the bowl game now, like the Rose Bowl or the Sugar Bowl or the Orange Bowl. But now it's like the FedEx Orange Bowl or the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, with the corporate sponsorships.
So they call the bowl after the major sponsor of said game.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. And they do, because everything's tied into money and sponsorships. I mean, that's what it is. And it used to not be around so many years ago. But we got this game. This could be a fun game with Brigham Young, the Cougars against Southern Methodist Mustangs. I guess a battle of religious schools. You got the Mormons and you got the Methodists. So, and it's the first time they've met since the 1980 Holiday Bowl, when BYU came back from 20 points down with 4 minutes left to win the game. So it's that game could be of interest there, really, to watch out. If you could have two good scoring offenses and make a game entertaining. And like I said, if you want to make fun of anything, please feel free at any time. So here's a good one for you, all these young people now. It is the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl presented by Stifel. pitching the Fresno State Bulldogs and the Washington State Cougars.
God damn Jimmy Kimmel.
I know. Who else has a damn bowl game named after him?
I mean, to be fair, big play. That's big D energy right there. To have your own bowl, your own game ball. He's got a pair of balls on him, man.
Hey, put your face everywhere and your balls everywhere. Hey, basically, Washington State hasn't won a bowl game since 2018. This could be an interesting game. Fresno State usually plays pretty good for a smaller school. And yes, Snortopoopas, we don't want a Taco Bell bowl. That would be kind of gross.
I don't know. I think it'd be pretty fun.
It's the after effects, Ash. The after effects.
Yeah, but we leave that for the after effects. So, oh my god, maybe we'll have like the Taco Bell bowl, and then it will lead directly to the toilet bowl. So you'll have a toilet bowl of two guys.
There you go, Ash. That's awesome. We have the Taco Bell bowl. That's our playoff system for the bottom one. So, Ash,
there you go.
Get the 4 worst teams, take them, pair them up. They play in the Taco Bell bowl. Oh God, no! You got to have 2 Taco Bell bowls. Well, we can have Taco Bell 1 and Taco Bell 2, okay? Because let's call it franchise.
Okay.
Have 2 Taco Bell bowls. The winners go to play in the toilet bowl. How about that?
Absolutely. Yeah. Sounds great.
Yes.
Is there another chain that sells tacos as well?
Yeah. Oh, whatever there is, you get Hi Jess, and yes, it is at Fenway Park. Believe it or not.
Yeah. I've seen Fenway Park. It's pretty cool.
It is a good park. Oh, there you go. Taco Bell. We have Taco Bell, and we have the
there you go.
Bowl.
There you go. Thank you. And then the main one, the main event is the toilet bowl.
Yeah, exactly. I told you she's the brains around here. So hey. All right, well, let's get going. We'll go into the Lending Tree Bowl, the Southern Miss Golden Eagles versus the Rice Owls. This is in Mobile, Alabama. They've got a new stadium there. So this is one of these little teams. You know, Southern Miss is 6-6, 6 wins, 6 losses. Rice has won 5, lost 7. That used to not be a thing. So they had to get an exemption since the Rice had not at least ended 500. So they have to get exemptions, and because to be eligible for a bowl, you're supposed to have 6 wins. But this, with 41 bowls, how do you fill them up? You know,
what would you have to do to be eligible to have your own bowl? Like Jimmy Kimmel.
Money. Look at Jimmy Kimmel. You just buy the damn thing.
Is it literally just down to money?
It could be. I mean, if you're willing to shell it out, or maybe like in that case, maybe ABC's behind it. You never know.
Well, maybe when your channel gets big enough, we can have the Dadman Bowl, the Dadman 55 Bowl.
Damn straight. I'm all for that.
Absolutely.
I got an army out here now. Now I got a bear with me, so nothing.
Yeah, we've got a polar bear.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna whip this.
Oh, and great people here too. So, okay, my game this season, which is kind of an interesting one. It's the SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl. It features the Oregon State Beavers and the Florida Gators at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. This is a game that pits my 2 favorite teams against each other. The Beavers have had a wonderful surprise year, rewarded Jonathan Smith, the head coach, who used to play quarterback for the Beavers in their glory days, with a big contract extension. So the Beavers are riding high in a surprise season. The Gators, unfortunately, are a train wreck. And if you've watched me this year, I've been quite outspoken about the coaching and really the consistency of play with them. Well, it's gotten worse, if you could believe it, Ash. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this one thing. It's they've had a lot of injuries and people transferring and quitting the team and things, but they've also had a situation where the backup quarterback was arrested for a very serious infraction.
Oh shit.
It's not a good thing. And I try to watch what I say and how I say it because it's one of those things.
So get into the juicy details. What really happened? Take us to the scene.
No. This is one you don't, no, this is one of those you don't even want to go,
Oh damn.
It's that bad.
That bad.
Yeah. So we just go on. But he's gone. He's out. He was the only other quarterback other than Anthony Richardson that threw a pass this year, who's a starting quarterback. He was so up and down and everything else, but he declared for the NFL draft. Probably good for him to do it while he's still hot because of the inconsistency. But so now the Gators will be playing this game with a quarterback that has not thrown a pass this year.
Wow.
It was going to be a walk-on at one point, but Jack Miller, who transferred in from the Ohio State University, because Ohio State is not just Ohio State, is the Ohio State University. He transferred in, had injury in the summer, had surgery, so he's expected to make his first start for the Gators in this game.
Jeez.
But, yeah, so the Gators are a real big train wreck this coming in.
It's like they're going to try and play with both hands tied behind their back.
And apparently with players leaving the team and quitting and not playing, because that's the thing is too, what is happening with these bowl games, Ash, too, and to a lot of you people that are not familiar with the bowl situation, they're letting the players quit the game, skip the games and all, offer their NFL prospects, or if they're transferring other players. Back 30, even 20 years ago, 10 years ago, players never sat out of a damn game, period. They played the damn game. A couple years ago, the Gators had a good safety that actually helped his draft stock by having a damn good bowl game. But the trend has been you transfer or you go to the draft, and what's happening is it's hurting the quality of the competition in these games. People pay full price, and they're watching backups of backups, But some teams don't have
contracts.
No, not contract. No, college. These are amateur athletes. There is a contract in a way that they get their scholarship, but that's a topic for another day about how those things work, because they can be pulled from year to year by the school. So there's a lot we could go into in the business of college football, and if we do that, I've got to get Culture Casino back for that one.
Yeah.
So hey, let me say hey to OC Dobbins. Hey, thanks for coming in. Yes. Snort, I agree with you this time. I got to go against Gators. Got to be Go Beavers. And then Mrs. Beavers and Gators, what a combination. Shame Moorhead State is not playing Oregon State. Okay. And with that, we'll just let that sit there. We're all adults. Hey, Snort Poopus, you say you don't know football, but you know the old days. The college players technically, Ash, are amateurs, but don't get paid, because you couldn't pay them before. And they found ways to get money to them and cars to them and everything else. So that's kind of what
they get paid.
Yeah, that's what Snort did, the phantom jobs, and then they get a lot of money and nice cars. So, well, let's keep going. The Frisco Bowl with Boise State Broncos and the North Texas Mean Green in Frisco, Texas. And it's if anybody likes these games, that's fine. This is not really a game that would interest me. You got a 9-4 Boise State and a 7-6 North Texas that had a bad defense. It just and OC Dobbins, yes, the NIL. That is it's going to be interesting to see that the NIL, Ash, is an image licensing thing that has come into college sports now, where they can receive money based off their images. We have there's a Dr. Pepper commercial with Bryce Young as a quarterback for Alabama. He's obviously getting paid for that money, but they're now allowing them to make money off their images and stuff. That had been strictly prohibited before in the guise of amateur sports.
Right.
Some of the things that change, and I don't want to. It's like the Night with Culture is like that's got to be another special topic show. But what happens? The question comes to Alabama can get somebody in there that can get a deal with Dr. Pepper, but what about Georgia Southern or Jackson State? Some small schools, even the University of Florida, they could struggle against the bigger guys. There's been the question about how competitive is it? Will it affect the competitive balance? And stuff like that. Yes, thank you. The name, image. Oh, wrong one. There we go. The name, image, and likeness. So, and that it is interesting. It will be interesting to see how the college football game changes. This is the first year. We'll see what happens down the road. Do the rich get richer, or what? That's one of the biggest questions. So, and yes, please sub. Yep, on the road to 100. So, well, let's get past the Frisco Bowl. We're only to December 19th. In Conway, South Carolina, we had the Myrtle Beach Bowl with the Yukon Huskies and the Marshall Thundering Herd. Marshall, the Thundering Herd. I know, it's a great name. But Yukon actually was 6-6 this year, which doesn't sound like much, but it's their first bowl game since 2015, and they've had a long time they would be a toilet bowl team, Ash, traditionally. Marshall's 8-4 and features a win at Notre Dame this year. So, an interesting matchup here, but you really have to be a fan of the teams to really like a matchup like this. All right, Ash, do you have potatoes in England?
Potatoes?
Yeah.
Is in the vegetable?
Yeah. Okay, you do, right? Okay, you ready?
Who doesn't have potatoes?
Okay, you ready for this thing? I had to preface it somehow.
Okay.
This is the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, which will have the San Jose Spartans and the Eastern Michigan Eagles. So, I mean, you got all kinds of crazy names here with these things. San Jose State's coming in at 7-4, Eastern Michigan 8-4. There's really a tough San Diego State defense, but what is interesting with this game is that they play on a blue field up in Idaho.
Ooh.
And Idaho is it gets way cold, way snowy in the winter. So, they don't grow grass up there. So they have the AstroTurf, but it's a blue carpet. It's really one of the craziest things to see. Maybe if we have time, I can show a picture of that. So, but hey,
Potato Bowl.
Yeah, the Potato Bowl. I know.
I'm not surprised. Like, of course, there's bowls that are literally just different vegetable bowls. Like, I shouldn't be surprised at this point.
No, you don't be surprised at anything these days. Hey, like this next one is great for Floridians. Hurricanes and roofs in Florida. Yeah. Well, we have the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl.
What?
Featuring the Toledo Rockets and the Liberty Flames. So it's Liberty's had a few upsets over BYU and Arkansas this year, but then have lost some bad games down the road. So they've struggled coming down the end. Toledo won the MAC championship with a strong running game, so which is Liberty's weakness. So it could be an interesting day for Liberty if they can't stop the running game. So that gets us through December 20th. Let me hit the chat real quick. Blundering turd. That could be potatoes. Potatoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Potatoes, not taters.
Taters is a down south thing.
Oh.
And then this is the Idaho Potato Bowl with a little sour cream and chives. And Snort likes the sound of the Idaho Potato Bowl. Geeky, you're about to get off work. You can, get your snack. You got it, snacks. And Geeky, of all people, you should know. You gotta when we talk football, you gotta have food around at all times too.
Yeah, so. You got to get some like crisps. I'm sorry, chips.
Chips.
And,
well, I hit this with Jess. With NFL games in England, what do you think the odds of us getting bowl games over there? Not very likely, because the schools will lose too much money, and it would take a huge corporate sponsorship to pay for their travel, their training, and everything over there that would take to do. See, the NFL is a huge league. There's corporations over in London that would pay the way. for a college bowl game, it just would be too much. I think there's just too much in terms of logistics and cost for them to do that.
Is that to get the American bowl teams to the UK like the NFL? Because if it's that, then I don't see them doing it because they're just college teams. They're nowhere near the scale of the NFL.
Right.
If it's to do something similar in the UK with UK college teams and UK university teams, then I could see that potentially happening. It's I wouldn't put it out the realm of possibility because, but then I think there just needs to be enough call for that to happen.
But that's the thing is, I think with the NFL there, where's that demand going to come from?
Yeah,
a lot of people are attracted to those bigger professional sports. We have that debate over in here. I love college football better than NFL, but I'm a rarity.
Yeah.
In where I live, it's like, in spite of our Florida State, Georgia traditions, they've said screw college football in terms of local broadcasting. It's all NFL crap. It's so bad here. I have to listen to the Sports Animal out of Knoxville, Tennessee, the home of my hated enemies. But they do damn good college sports. They focus on the friggin' college stuff. Yeah. University of Florida's own radio station doesn't even do the pre-games much or do the local programming. The station in Tennessee does local programming, which makes it good. But to most people, they don't necessarily want it. They like the talk about the pro leagues. And I think it may be something similar because don't y'all have different levels of soccer over there or football over there where there's like the very little league? I mean, they have to go up.
Yeah, but for us, the tournaments, it's just the name of one overarching tournament, and then there's different stages in that tournament. So you know how I was saying earlier where I thought the Super Bowl was the name of the whole tournament, but you were saying it's just the final event. And there's other smaller tournaments leading up to it. So for us, it would be like our tournaments would be different leagues. So you'd have the Premier League. And then I could be wrong in this because even I'm not 100% versed on because I'm not too much of a sports guy. So someone correct me if I'm wrong. But as far as I'm aware, there's like you have your different matches and your teams, and then you have the final of the Premier League, and then you win the Premier League essentially, like the Champions League or the UEFA League, the Euros. So it's you stages in the tournament and then the final rather than the Euros being the final event and then
don't they punish some of the teams if they don't win? Like if you don't win enough, you get like demoted down to lower leagues and stuff.
Oh yeah,
that was the joke about Fulham with Shah Khan's team is they were bad over there, and but you work your way up. But yeah,
definitely. You can be demoted. You can be demoted as in you can be relegated from a league. You could be promoted to a higher league. There's at League One and League Two, Premier League, Champions League, then a few others. But there's like different stages, and then those are the tournaments and the seasons. And
absolutely. I gotta get back to the chat because Jess is talking about the Premier League's off points during the season. But Snortapoopus, imagine the names they'd have over there: the Meghan Markle Hall, the Prince. Oh my gosh, I'd probably better get that word off my channel. Oh my gosh. All right. Oh, yeah, all it took was a bear. But hey, Castle loves the food talk. And OC Dobbins, Waffle House, hash brown. That's a bowl game. I'd be there at 3:00 in the morning. Exactly. And the thing with the college too is like OC saying that most fans wouldn't travel. I mean, unlike the traveling fans are very unique and they're very rare. I have family that travel to all the college games around the country, but I don't know that they travel across the country, the planet. A lot of
that's the thing. Like just within the same country, like I wouldn't put it past people to drive to like within the state or maybe the next state or two, but going to like halfway across the world, I don't see that happen because it's not feasible for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Because
it had to be like a lifetime,
flight
once
is
in a lifetime.
expensive.
I'm sorry, it had to be like a once in a lifetime type vacation thing. You know, you package
Yeah.
it with going to London and spending 2 weeks there or something. So, and OC Dobbins, I absolutely agree with you. To me, the college is better than the NFL by far. And we talked about that in our other streams about the bands and all the other different things that we have done. And let me take this point to tell everybody: if you come in during the season, whatever, go back and watch the earlier episodes, and not necessarily for the football stuff, but just for the guests and their stories and stuff that have been shared. It's just amazing. It has been a really, really good year with so many different experiences. Some very personal with people and their families, and others with their family, the kids playing football. I mean, there's so many good stories. Go back and watch them during when you get a chance, and maybe in the off season I can try to do something and bring them up to speed. So some videos. And howdy, the mouse. Yep, sorry you're late. Dinner bowl talk, meatballs, cheese balls, rice balls. I think last we were talking about hash browns.
Bowls, toilet bowls.
Yeah, we were talking about Taco Bell and toilets. So that's kind of the thing. Welcome in, Squeaka. Hey, hope you're doing well tonight. All right, well, let's keep going. We're only on December 20th, so let's go. I'll try to pick up the speed a little more here. We got the RNL Carriers New Orleans Bowl with the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers and South Alabama Jaguars. The next on December 22nd, we have Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl.
There
you go.
Let's go. I know of Lockheed Martin.
Yeah. With the Air Force Falcons versus the Baylor Bears.
Hell yeah.
And let's
go. We've got military-sponsored bowls.
Exactly. Well, I got to say hi to Whoopa Troopa if he watches this later because of his Baylor Bears. So
I'm surprised Lockheed Martin are sponsoring a college bowl. Because for those that don't know, Lockheed Martin is a global defense contractor. They specialize in military technologies and military applications, and not just military, but also like domestic. They deal with air, space, naval, and satellites and stuff like that. So I'm quite impressed that Lockheed Martin are sponsoring a college bowl.
Well, what's interesting in this matchup, they have not met since 1977 and just 3 times in history. So,
oh wow.
Yeah, it's and Air Force is a really run heavy type team, a lot of options. So, that could be an interesting game. We're up to December 23rd. So now, the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl, Louisiana Raging Cajuns and the Houston Cougars. So, the Gator coach came from Louisiana. So, hey, wow. But his replacement's got Louisiana back in a bowl game for the 5th consecutive year. Houston had a little bit of a down year, but did not win their conference when they were projected to. So this is an independent stadium in Shreveport, Louisiana. Okay, that's what it is. See, that's what gets me there is that Radiance Technology. This used to be called the Poulan Weed Eater Independence Bowl. Nothing says like Louisiana like Poulan Weed Eater.
Excuse me? Excuse you? Is that where the toilet bowl comes in?
No, maybe. The Poulan Weed Eater. Like thing you mow your grass with, the little bladed thing you trim your yard with.
Sorry, say that one more time.
The Poulan Weed Eater, the weed eater, the thing that you.
I'm sorry, I lose it after Pooland.
Yeah, you got me going. Gosh. Oh man, but yeah, that says Louisiana, not some technologies thing, or refineries. Why not refineries? So, yes, the Air Force is run heavy, believe it or not. Yep, they don't throw the ball a lot. Snorter says Liam Perrin's Worcestershire sauce bowl would be worth it just to listen to the announcers trying to pronounce Worcester. Worcestershire. That name. Yep. I have enough trouble. I have enough trouble.
You guys go Worcestershire.
Yes. Because what happens a lot of times, especially in your military academy, Squeaka, they're not able to recruit the star athletes, the big quarterbacks, and the wide receivers that a lot of the big schools have. They have their academic standards. They have the commission, all the bureaucracy for getting in. So they end up focusing on running the ball a lot, option offense. They throw some at times when they do have better quarterbacks, but it's really a talent and personnel issue why they end up not being known for their throwing games. And yep, that was funny. Thorpe said, "Hello, Small Time Republic. Welcome in." Auburn Tigers played Army in the 90s back when it was the Poulan. See, I told you, Ash, I did not make that up. Poulan Weed Eater Bowl. Thank you, Small Time Republic. I'm glad you're there behind me. It's like there, Poulan. I know something's going to come up. I'm going to say it. I know I'm going to lose you, but hey, Small Time. Congratulations to your Auburn Tigers winning another conference game and not ending up last. At least Texas A&M, you were as good, if not better, than they were. So, congratulations to you guys. Lisa, didn't that call it the Weed Whacker Bowl? Oh man, we're going to get kind of funny here. It looks like and Squeakas comes in. It's more that they're Air Force, but the ball isn't airborne. Exactly. Air Force, but not airborne. Okay. You hold on to your britches, Ash. Castle says, "Whore in the Shire sauce." Castle. Mute your do not type for
go to the toilet bowl
and sit there and think about things, young man. That was good. I love that.
Think about what you just said, young man.
Actually, he is right. Auburn A&M was the toilet bowl this year. That was I think I need to look that up real quick because talking of toilet bowls, see, Ash, what happened? A&M was supposed to be one of the best teams in the Southeastern Conference, and they truly went in the toilet bowl this year. They were so bad with they ended up in the bottom, tied with Auburn. Auburn was expected to be one of the worst teams and ending up at the bottom of the Western Division, but nobody expected it for Texas A&M. Plus, they pay their coach god awful millions of dollars to coach, and they bought out the previous coach. So it's like, for the money they paid, you expect some damn production. So yes, Auburn won that game 13-10. Like Small Time Republic said, it was a toilet bowl. But you know what? Small Time, though, you can look at it as a championship game for you guys because y'all won another conference game. And I always have to look at it. I am not. I'm in the hot sauce. Okay. All right. Spicy. Yep, you did. Wrong moment. Yes. The chat's derailed, but it's kind of funny. Oh gosh. It's all cool.
Moving on.
Funnies are great. Funnies are great. But let's get back to the games because we're still in December, whatever. And I'm going to try to pick up the pace a little bit. We have the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. Can somebody tell me what Gasparilla is? But it's a Missouri Tigers and the Wake Forest Demon Deacons.
Is it Gasparilla what happens after the Taco Bowl?
I thought it was a root beer, but why is it in Tampa? I have no freaking clue. So that's what's so funny with that. Oh, my gosh. And Snorter Poop says, Texas A&M is located on Highway 6, and it's not uncommon for people to paint Highway 6 Aggies 0 on the highway signs. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, Castle, you can't answer that? Cool. All right. I look forward to an answer. Sometimes it can be dangerous these days, though. But, hey, Oh, gosh. Yeah. Sarsaparilla. Oh, sarsaparilla is the root beer. Okay.
Oh,
Well, I'm thinking
not
gasparilla.
Gasparilla.
Maybe gasparilla is what happens after you drink too much root beer.
Well, it's like I just said. Gasparilla is what happens after the taco bowl.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Yes. Okay. Castle says Gasparilla celebrates when Pirates invaded Tampa Bay. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you for that. I wonder if that has I know the Tampa Bay professional team's the Buccaneers, so that may be why they. I never knew the history of the Buccaneers. I just knew they were, so maybe that's all tied together. And Mrs. says it's inspired by the legend of pirate Jose Gaspar, the mystic crew of Gasparilla. Snortapoopas. Gasparilla is a Tampa celebration named for a fake pirate, the local equivalent of Mardi Gras. That's good. That's good to know. Hey, we're learning some stuff. I'm learning stuff, Esh. And it's not even football. That's awesome. But thank you guys for that input on that. So, Castleton misses with the facts. Yep, she is fast on the spot. All right, Ash, you remember some teams got to vacation in the Bahamas?
Yeah.
Well, we had the Easy Post Hawaii Bowl. Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders and San Diego State Aztecs. So, hey, they get to go to Hawaii.
Easy Post and Hawaii are two names that don't sound, they should be like linked in the same sentence. It just doesn't sound right together. Easy Post and Hawaii.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Although chat's hating on Tampa.
Pirate's favorite word? You would think it's R, but it's the C. Oh, okay. Oh, that really is crazy with this. Oh gosh, I love you guys out here tonight. This is fun. I mean, we're taking silly bowl games and having a lot of fun, and we're actually learning things too. So it's awesome. But okay, that's Hawaii, so they get vacations there.
And Easy Post.
Speaking of Hawaii, they used to play the NFL Pro Bowl game out there every year in the stadium, but then they moved it to the States, and now I think there's no more Pro Bowl game because the last time I saw it was like not even touch football. It's a joke. But anyway, we don't talk NFL. We like the college. So here, December 26th, we had the Quick Lane Bowl in Detroit, Michigan, Bowling Green Falcons, New Mexico State Aggies. Really just a another one of those, whatever you want to call it, games, that is the day after Christmas thing. So, New Mexico State. And New Mexico State's been a bad team for many, many years, but they actually have gotten better and are now in, a bowl game for once. So it's Yeah, I thanks, Castle. I'll have to look at that a little bit later. On the Gasparilla celebration. We had Gasparilla, but we have the Camellia Bowl in Montgomery, Alabama again. The Buffalo Bulls and the Georgia Southern Eagles. So, yeah. So that's what's kind of funny is my dad and I saw Georgia Southern play back in the 80s. Back, they were definitely, when we talked about an option running offense, that's all they did back then. And, that was we went and saw them a few times, and it was a really fun team to watch over the years. And actually, the Georgia Southern Eagles also went to the Swamp and beat the Florida Gators a couple years ago. So it's a team that's can be pretty dangerous. So, let's see. I'm going to say something real quick. Let me look over in the chat real quick. It's North People's late brother-in-law was an Aggie. Much better than the accountant jokes we've seen of late. Dude, that's the best we got. So you got to enjoy them. Otherwise, I'm going to make it worse. LOL. And hello, wonderful Daisy Blossom, my friend. How are you today? Good to see you here. The day after Christmas is called Boxing Day.
Yeah, it's true. It is.
Thank you so much for being here, Daisy. It's always a pleasure. You always lighten up the chat and the shows wherever you go. And thank you for being here tonight.
Yeah, we got Boxing Day sales. Like, our Boxing Day is basically like a Black Friday for us. But it's like all the Black Friday shenanigans and sales and chaos. We have that on what is Boxing Day. It's the day after Christmas. That's just crazy.
That's interesting. Well, thank you for coming by, Daisy. Appreciate it. And Castle, now you're not in timeout. That's expected. I knew when I tweeted those that they were groaners, but hey, what can you do? We only got a certain number of jokes. Accounting can only be funny. There's a wonderful one out there that basically Grumpy Cat just says accounting's fun because it makes people cry. So, all right. Well, let's get through these. We're on still December 27th. We have the ServPro First Responder Bowl, Utah State Aggies, Memphis Tigers at Gerald J. Ford Stadium in Dallas, Texas.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. Remember what I showed earlier, the numbers. Texas has 7 bowl games, the most of any other state. So
nice.
You want a box? Okay. I guess the missus could go 3 rounds with you. How about that? That work? We have boxing bowls. Well, we could. It'd probably be more of a boxing match if you're going to do it that way. Oh gosh, here comes Snortopoopus. How many accounts does it take to screw in a light bulb? How many did it take last year? Sally, you're damn right, Snortopoopus. Snortopoopus, you're damn right. I'm sorry. We deal with same as last year with all the new people. It's like that's what we did last year. So anyway, sorry. Snortopoopus hit his nerve with that one, but it's true. It's true. Absolutely. You bleed football. I tell you, you're a great football person too, Squeaka. You try to be humble, but hey, you know your football. All righty. I love this. This is fun with the chat. Hey, it's even better, Ash. Ticket Smarter, Birmingham Bowl. We got these.
Birmingham.
Birmingham, yep. Not England.
Say that again.
Ticket Smarter, Birmingham Bowl. Are you making fun of my accent with the ham?
Birmingham.
Yeah, it's not Birmingham. It's Birmingham.
It's like Birmingham.
Oh,
Birmingham.
Birmingham. Damn straight. Hey, you ought to tell the missus needs to tell you about her drive through Birmingham one time. It was quite fun. I'm going to keep saying Birmingham just to get you to laugh. I thought you were going to be funny on Ticket Smarter, not Birmingham, but we've got the East Carolina Pirates. Well, here we go, Pirates again against the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. So Chanticleers are 9-3, East Carolina is 7-5. So there's this could be an interesting game under the radar too that we see. Okay, now Geeky's in timeout. We Southerners
it's called English American.
We're supposed to stick together on
Birmingham.
This. There you go. Birmingham in Alabama. And that's how we say it in Bama. Damn straight. Burnham's got it. Yes, exactly.
Down by Birmingham and Alabama.
Damn straight. Hey. Oh, that's awesome. But hey, yeah, Birmingham.
Birmingham.
We have a real English language lesson today. Oh my gosh. All right, here for you in finance, it's the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. Oklahoma State Cowboys versus the Wisconsin Badgers. See, they don't even have a name like the Sugar Bowl or anything. It's all a lot of these bowl games now have just complete corporate names in them. So this year it could be Guaranteed Rate Bowl, and next year it could be Taco Bowl. So
yeah.
So, but this is going to be a boring game. I know Geeky and I talked about this one, and it's like Wisconsin. You never want to watch a Wisconsin football game. Yeah, Castle. Yeah, I think a few get worse too. So, man, I tell you. And 41. So we got that one. Hey, we got another military bowl, Esh. The military bowl presented by Paraton.
Oh, it's just called the Military Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Duke Blue Devils versus the Central Florida Knights at the Naval Marine Corps Memorial Stadium in Annapolis, Maryland.
Cool.
They just didn't bring any military school with them this time. The military bowl without the military. So,
I thought it was going to be some like other defense contractor's name, but no, it's just the straight up military bowl.
Yeah, well, by Paraton, whoever Paraton is. So
I'm still impressed by the Lockheed Martin bowl.
Yeah, exactly. We might have to have a pronunciation stream. Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so how would you pronounce that last one?
Gloucester? Gloucester?
Just Gloucester.
Gloucester.
No,
what about the EST?
No, not Gloucester. Just Gloucester.
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 Oh boy. Growler.
Yeah, we're gonna need to have a pronunciation stream.
Dang. Hey, we're getting stream ideas. Hey, that's awesome. Well, here's a good one, the Liberty Bowl still, but it's the AutoZone Liberty Bowl featuring the Arkansas Razorbacks and the Kansas Jayhawks. Two old foes from a conferences many years ago. So, but what's significant with this game is that Arkansas, like we talked about Texas A&M earlier going in the toilet, Arkansas had a very disappointing season this year. Picked to finish up high in the West, but then they fell to the lower bottom part of the West. But both teams are 6-6. You would think they'd both be disappointing seasons, but in Kansas, a 6-6 is a miracle season for them. They went to a couple seasons with one or no wins at all. So for them to be up to 6 wins this year and making a bowl game, it's a big year for the Kansas Jayhawks, and they probably have a lot more to play for than the Pigs do in this game. So,
yeah.
Let's see. And everybody's with you. Gloucester.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a fan out there. Thank you, Daisy Blossom. Pronunciation is cute. Thank you. And Squeaka, the Soup Bowl sponsored by Campbell's. That would be perfect. That'd be perfect. Store. Can we make up English place names like Ham on Rye and Diddling on the Mount? Oh, wow, Diddling on the Mound. Oh, that sounds like fun. Oh, jeez. Oh, gosh. Oh, I'm dying. And we still are not at New Year's Eve. So then we got hey, this is a good mouthful one for you here. What used to be known as the Holiday Bowl is now, and Geeky, you will like this one, and you and your teams are there, San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl with the Oregon Ducks and the North Carolina Tar Heels. So
San Diego
a big Duck
County Credit Union.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Exactly. Can't you say SDCCU or something? I don't know. It's crazy. And Geeky, they're your Ducks out there. Geeky likes Oregon Ducks, Anaheim Ducks. Name it. Their Ducks are her. Yeah.
Exactly. Lord have mercy.
Absolutely. I'm trying to get through them. We're nearing the end, and I haven't said who I'm going to pick. But here's one for the accountants. The Tax Act Texas Bowl. Another friggin' Texas bowl in Texas.
The what Texas Bowl?
Tax Act. Like Tax Act. Like what we have over here when they change the tax laws. It's usually called an act. So they call it Tax Act.
Tax Act Texas.
But this looks like probably a tax firm. Tax Act Texas Bowl. The Texas Tech Red Raiders versus the Ole Miss Rebels. Which this game could be a good matchup. The Red Raiders ended the season hot. Ole Miss had a good year till the end of the season when the coach was flirting with another job and lost a lot of games going down the end. So, but talent-wise, this could be a very, very good game of the whole bunch that we're seeing. It's definitely, yes. Back out of timeout. She's back out of the penalty box. So, but hey. Oh, we go. Here's another baseball stadium, Jess, if you're still there. The Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl with the Syracuse Orange and the Minnesota Golden Gophers. So, Yankee Stadium. So, that's another game on a baseball field. So, Syracuse had a game. They challenged Clemson earlier this year, but fell short. Anytime you watch a Big 12, a Big 10 team, you might want to go to sleep in terms of the Minnesota. So, Ash, you don't seem to appear to be inspired by the corporatization of America very much.
Not particularly.
Arkham Mortuary and Catering Bowl, if you're into Cthulhu mythos. Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh. Dang, Snort Poopus, you've got a dark side. No, you're coming out of the sin bin. Remember, I pitched in timeout before that. So it's a riot here, Ash. This is fun. I'm not used to. I mean, I appreciate everybody in the chat. This is wonderful because this is. Although Castle's with you though, Ash, you are not alone. Wait. Ash, you are not alone.
We are not alone. No. We'll do this together.
Castle is with you, Ash. You are not alone.
Oh, damn, why you got to say it like that?
I feel...
Do I got to be like looking over my shoulder now? I'm going to be second guessing everywhere I go.
Yes, you may have to look over your shoulder.
God damn.
Yeah, there you go. It sort of has a dark side. I usually sit on it. Yeah.
I mean, hey, we could get darker, but then we'd be demonetized and kicked off YouTube.
Yeah, it probably would be me doing it by accident, you know. So yeah, I dropped a few bombs. It was
yes, Mrs. Exactly. Thank you.
What? I was just doing dramatic radio announcer voice. But hey, all right.
You're close to the mic and doing asthma.
Yeah, asthma. Yeah,
asthma. Okay.
You know, Saturday Night Live used to have a skit with two women that were talking
this,
and they did talk like this the whole time.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
And Kiki feels like somebody's watching her. So.
Okay.
All right, let's move on. Absolutely. Oh, well, let's keep moving. Godly.
That's all for the asthma bit, folks.
Dang, man. I was like telling Ash we've been long, and it's like, dang, God, you guys are rocking in the chat. Thank y'all for being here. We still got 9 of you watching. So make sure you like and share the videos, and especially with creepy stuff like this. And thanks for being here and sub and follow and all that good stuff. Let's see. We're getting close to New Year's Eve, though, Edge. The Valero Alamo Bowl, the Texas Longhorns, and the Washington Huskies.
What was it? The Valero Alamo? What?
Yeah, Valero Alamo Bowl with the Texas Longhorns and the Washington Huskies.
Ooh, I like Huskies.
Mm-hmm. I guess you didn't get my joke there, but anyway, it's okay.
No, I did. Went straight over my head, mate.
Okay, and just add another S to Texas, and that's what I said. So,
okay.
Texas. So, this actually could be an interesting game between two teams in different parts of the country. Texas had the chance to beat Alabama earlier this year, and struggled during the parts of the season. And Washington, challenged in the Big 12, Pac-12, but failed. Yeah, please. We are not responsible for any driving things.
No. You got to say it like this. We are not responsible for any accidents caused by this channel's asthma.
We are not responsible for any accidents may be caused by this channel's asthma. Thank you. Drive through.
Thank you. Come again.
Oh, hey, Snorter Pooper, we're back to food now. Huskies are delicious.
Absolutely.
Yes, I did, what? Castle. I did. It's a habit with a friend of mine. Oh, gosh. Okay. I just wait for somebody from Texas to come kick my ass. So, hey, we'll see when that happens. But, hey. All right. We are almost at New Year's Eve. Almost. Well, we're going to the Duke's Mayo Bowl with the NC State Wolfpack and the Maryland Terrapins.
Mayo Bowl.
I keep thinking 2 ACC teams are playing because Maryland used to be in the Atlantic Coast Conference, but they moved to the Big Ten this year. So it's kind of a weird matchup here to see in it. Maryland's quarterback is actually the brother of Tua Tagovailoa. Tua, that's now a quarterback at Alabama, that's now in the Miami Dolphins. His brother plays for the University of Maryland. So, and then here, Snort Poopus next week shows Squeaker Mouse demonstrates seductive mouse asthma. Okay, yeah, I don't know if any of y'all can handle that, so we're just going to keep going with football now. Think baseball. Think football. They actually dumped Mayo, the winning coach. That would be awesome. That would be awesome to do that. That would be awesome to dump Mayo on the coach. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you better ignore. And yeah, I'm playing with fire. So, hey, I've gone off rails already. But, hey, y'all are still here. Thank you for everybody chatting away, and we're still talking some football. We're about the next one. Hey, like I told you earlier, the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl in El Paso, Texas. The UCLA Bruins and the Pitt Panthers. So another cross-country rival matchup that could be pretty interesting. So, oh gosh, we'll just get. And I'll tell you, this particular matchup is very likely one of the better matchups of the bowl season that is not involving the top 4 teams for the playoff. Is the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl? We got another tax software system here, but the Gator Bowl, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish versus the South Carolina Gamecocks. This game really is a surprise that ever happened. Notre Dame lost some games early in the year and struggled. They turned the season around, but South Carolina really had a bad year. Florida, for instance, South Carolina only scored a touchdown on a fake punt against Florida, but then they proceeded to go win the last 2 games, absolutely murdicating the Tennessee Volunteers like 63-38. And then they beat a top-ranked Clemson team, on the road. So they turned their season around in the last 2 weeks, and this really could be one of the better games to take a look at. I'm going to ignore Snorta Poopus. You see that one. I'm not used to this. It's so cool. Oh boy. No wonder. You know what, Ash? Now I understand why you're on these. God damn it. On your streams, it's like
see, on my channel, I've got a goddammit squeaker. On your channel, you can have a goddammit Snorta Poopus.
I've never seen the bear act like this. This is like, oh no, not ignored again. It's just discretion this time and a better part of valor. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, we had the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl with the Ohio Bobcats and the Wyoming Cowboys. I don't have anything on this damn game. It's just, it's just one of those games you just watch because if you're bored and want to have,
it's called Barstool Bowl, so get drunk, I guess.
Oh no, what can we all see, Geeky? That's what I don't know. That's scary. I shouldn't have asked, probably. Oh gosh. Okay. And here's Geeky's game for the bowl season, the Capital One Orange Bowl, the Clemson Tigers versus the Tennessee Volunteers. This is another one of those games that are not the playoff games that is well worth watching. Clemson replaced their quarterback in the last game that they lost against South Carolina. Clemson lost to South Carolina, replaced him with a freshman quarterback, Cade Klubnik, who is actually from Austin, Texas. He's a freshman. He came in, nearly pulled out the game against South Carolina, but then performed very well in the ACC championship game. He'll make his first career start where he came off the bench again, but he'll make his first career start against Tennessee. So I'm sure there's a lot of excitement for Clemson to see what they have with a new quarterback. Tennessee, though, in the last game of the season, their starting quarterback, Hendon Hooker, had a knee injury. He's gone for the season. So now they're with their backup quarterback Joe Milton, which he's off and on.
Did you mute yourself again, Deadman? Oh, it looks like we lost Deadman. Okay, so I'll take over the show. Hey guys, so how's it going? Maybe we can do another asthma segment. Talk amongst yourself in the chat.
I'm still here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You almost convinced me, though. You're very believable, though, Ash. Hey.
Did you just go quiet, or did you mute yourself?
No, I was talking.
Well, so you did boomer mute yourself.
I don't know how Boomer did, because it was like I was anyway. But it should be a good matchup. Kate Klubnik from Austin, Texas. Or you're messing with me, man. I got you. But
hey, you're the one that boomered.
Oh God, I boomer all the time, so I'm not like this. Castle, Dad, man, it stopped responding. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
And Snortopoopas, I warned you, I'm a very bad bear.
Chat broke Dad, man.
Look, Geekies hit the bottle hard. You know, you're not going to lose your asses. Y'all be good. I mean, yeah. I say that, but then again, as long as that defense doesn't show up that played against South Carolina. And Squeaky takes after me, Grandpappy Burberry. And Burberry's kind of cool. And Burberry's very proud of you, Squeaker. Did y'all really? No, that is weird. It died on its own. I did not touch or mute anything. So it's crazy.
Maybe it was a dip in the internet.
Oh, do we need more Asmering?
Maybe we need more Asmer.
Yes, I think so.
I agree.
Okay. So anyway, but hey, I sorry for the glitch there, but basically I think this is a good game to watch. Clemson with a new quarterback, they're excited. A freshman, see what they have, what they can do against the Tennessee defense. But hey, in the end, too, for you Southeastern Conference fans here, and the Tennessee fans specifically, you've got no reason to be upset this year. You've had a great year. Your future looks bright. You got a great coach that wants to be there and not leave. So, sky's the limit for you guys. Y'all have a brighter future than my team. So good for y'all. Y'all had 20 years of misery. So, all righty. And Ash, I think we are finally at New Year's Eve. Ooh. So I'm going to try to get through these really quickly, okay? Because I know
how many games left?
Too many. Okay, we got on New Year's Eve. TransPerfect Music City Bowl, the Iowa Hawkeyes, the Kentucky Wildcats. Don't watch this game. No, wait. Actually, Snortopoopas, if you want to take a nap, this is a game to watch. Have you a nice meal, turn this game on. You will go to sleep to this one very, very well, very, very quickly. Iowa was a team that beat a Division II team, which is like beating a high school team. They beat them 7-3 this year by 2 safeties and a field goal. That's how bad Iowa's offense is, and Kentucky's is not much better. And they will not have their senior quarterback, Will Levis, playing because he's, again, somebody sitting out going to the NFL, which is to the point then again, are these games really worth it anymore when these players are sitting out or transferring? So there you go. And yes, y'all had an awesome year. And wow, just mentioning that game.
So enthusiastic.
I know. All-State Sugar Bowl, Kansas State Wildcats and the Alabama Crimson Tide. There's probably more for Kansas State.
Name.
What's
Crimson
that?
Tide. That's a badass name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean they're badasses. You get a lot of Bama fans around. They come proud and they have their Roll Tide that everybody greets them with, and Florida gets wait till next year. So there you go. See, I told you right there. Hey, OC, yeah, there you go. Roll Tide. It's kind of. I think they would have given Georgia a better game than LSU in the SEC championship game, but it's winning and losing those games. Oh no, God! Roll Tide Pods. Actually, Snorpoopas and OC Dobbins can confirm this. A lot of the things that a lot of the Bama fans do at the games, they take a Tide detergent box and put it on a stick, and they have that the Tide box for their Roll Tide too. So the Tennessee fan wants to see Saban have a tantrum again, and the Alabama fans, Crimson Tide is a polite way of saying bloodbath.
Okay. Because I was gonna say Crimson Tide. It sounds like the name of like a gang you do not want to mess with. Oh mate, you got the Crimson Tide over here.
Or a bad, horrendous, stupid, crap ass line plot thing from Star Wars, Crimson Dawn. Anyway, never mind. Sorry, I'll move on.
Wait, bad plot point. Wait, the Crimson Dawn, that was Darth Maul's crime syndicate.
The guy that got cut in freaking half that should have never came back to life.
You mean you mean that survived after the Phantom Menace?
That's bullshit.
What? Really?
They retconned that stuff. You know what?
No, they didn't.
That would be good for our 24-hour stream. You and me going at it for 24 hours on Darth Maul.
Oh my god.
I could imagine have Amanda roughing it. She'd be out in probably an hour. So I'm sure. Mm-hmm. But it'd be my channel, all no holds barred, just going toe to toe with that. But
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, now I have to keep it on track. January 2nd, we had the ReliaQuest Bowl, Illinois Fighting Illini versus the Mississippi State Bulldogs.
I agree, okay.
Geeky, back to the penalty box. This is a double minor, 4 minutes. So
no, I'm gonna go and save Geeky from the box. No, Darth Maul was amazing.
Okay, well, we'll do that. Well, let me touch on a serious note with this game, though, real quick.
Yeah.
With this game coming up, it's still scheduled to be played. Illinois is 8-4. So are the Bulldogs. But tragically, just yesterday, Mike Leach, the head coach for the Mississippi State Bulldogs, passed away. As I had heard that he had been at home ill, and then they had air flighted him and passed away yesterday. So a loss for the Mississippi State program and his family and all during this time, especially this time of year. He was always a lightning rod. You either really liked him, you really didn't like him, and a lot of coaching decisions in the game were really head scratchers. But he did a lot for football, especially in the Pac-12 in the West Coast, especially with bringing more open throwing offenses to college football, and he was an innovator.
Oh man,
and he will be missed.
Absolutely.
So, like O.C. Dobbins says, "Rip, R.I.P." And then he was a character. He truly was. And I remember when he was hired in the conference, everybody went nuts and like it won't work and this and he never had the best teams, but they were still at least serviceable and stuff, and they had their good games and stuff. And Mississippi State had more success than they'd had in a long time with him, except for Dan Mullen's tenure. But he did a lot there. You find that a lot of the Southern football, though, Esh, is very territorial.
Right.
Mississippi State had a head coach from Pennsylvania, Penn State, a few years ago. He lasted maybe 2 seasons and got run out of town. You got to associate to the culture very well. That's kind of like one of my concerns or questions with Chip Kelly at LSU and Louisiana is the culture. But you win, you get accepted. And Mike Leach was also come down from the north, come in, got accepted in the Mississippi culture, and was loved over there. And he will be missed.
Yeah.
And now we are at the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. I haven't even looked at the poll, so we'll see where we are when we're done. But the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl, LSU Tigers and the Purdue Boilermakers at Camping World Stadium in Orlando. LSU had a better year than expected. Purdue was had a better year, but got crushed in the end by Michigan in the Big Ten Conference Championship. And here's the game for the misses, the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. Do you want to go to see the Cotton Bowl, misses, if I can get a ticket? because it's the USC Trojans versus the Tulane Green Wave. Mrs. keeps going for Tulane every week, so when they need the top 20. But this is going to be one of those routes. The little team can't stand up to them. But hey, good for them. They made it. They had a good enough year. They won the conference, and so they're rewarded for Let's see now. Like I told you, these games used to be like focused New Year's Day, and now they're going after New Year's Day. Sure. Oh, that doesn't sound very. Okay. Well, all right. I offered. And then we have the Rose Bowl game, the granddaddy of them all, the Utah Utes versus the Penn State Nittany Lions. Both teams had really solid years. The Utes were 10-3. The Penn State was 10-2, losing only to Michigan and Ohio State. The Cotton Bowl. Yeah, the Cotton Bowl. It's a tradition. So it's actually, what is it now? It's the Goodyear. It used to be the Mobile Cotton Bowl, I think, many years ago. So, and that's the thing with the corporate sponsorships, they changed. So that's the Rose Bowl game. Let me see, and I think that is everything except the last two games, which are the games that lead into the playoffs. These are the two games that really will matter, that have any significance as to who wins or loses, and that is that they will be played on New Year's Eve because the final, I think, is set for January 9th. We'll have a special on the playoff special in a couple weeks. Mm-hmm. But first, you got to go through the elimination round. This first semifinal is being played at the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl in Atlanta, Georgia, with the number 1 Georgia Bulldogs versus the 4th seed Ohio State Buckeyes. The Ohio State Buckeyes, excuse me. And like, it's going to be an interesting matchup. There's
a Chick-fil-A bowl, but not a KFC bowl.
Yep, there's a Chick-fil-A bowl. Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Yep, absolutely.
But not a KFC bowl? That's depressing.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. We got, what is the other semifinal will be played at the Verbo Fiesta Bowl between the Michigan Wolverines, 2nd seeded, versus 3rd seeded TCU Horned Frogs, Texas Christian. So you've got a small private school going up against a big, a huge Big Ten conference team. We'll see what happens with that game. I think that could be a shootout, a high scoring affair with that game. Honestly, I believe Georgia got a raw deal in terms of seeding with Ohio State. TCU probably should have been 4th. I'd say 3rd, but they placed reliance on TCU having won the regular season conference title. So, but you got to beat who's in front of you. So, and that's all the matchups. Let me get back to Squeaker real quick here. Did you know the majority of the roses for the parade? I presume that you're talking about the Rose Bowl parade come from Tyler, Texas. No,
oh, that's cool.
I didn't know that. That is awesome. Yeah, the oil cotton. And Jess, Rose Bowl has stuff for even non-football fans with its parade. Absolutely.
That's cool.
It is, and it's a huge event out there, really.
Too. Well, you did say these bowls do a lot of like charity stuff as well, so It does seem like a very community-driven event.
Absolutely, it is, and the whole. Well, we have a bowl game where we are too, and sadly they've cut events down over the years.
Yeah,
they had a parade where the girls were in a parade once with their little troop group, and it was like a bit. You could feel the community and things like that when they had those type of local events and stuff. And parades are always good, but unfortunately they go away sometimes, and cost money and everything else. But yeah, that's the thing, is to bring in the non-football fans. That's always a good thing. The missus wants to send you emails to KFC. Oh, send your emails to KFC demanding they sponsor a bowl. There you go.
I might have to.
Yeah, definitely. Let's all do that for Ash, okay? Then we got the Kraft Cheese Whiz Bowl. That's good. I'm fine with just the Whiz Bowl, so we'll be okay. And Jess says it's amazing what they make out of flowers for the parade. Yes. Have you ever seen the Rose Bowl parade, Ash?
To be honest, before today, I didn't even know what the Rose Bowl parade was.
If you like parades, it's a good one to watch. They
Okay.
show it every New Year's morning, I think on CBS probably, or maybe ABC. I don't remember which one they do, but it's a very big parade. Not as big as the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade, but it's really football. It's really it transcends football. It's got the game and the team, but it really is more of a community parade. And like I said, plenty of roses everywhere. Castle, the BP Clean Oceans Bowl. We got to have that one in Louisiana, right? Louisiana or the Panhandle of Florida. So, and then I agree, Snore Poopus, but the Yellow Rose of Texas is the only girl for me. Yeah. All right. We got through all the bowl games finally. Can you believe that? So now what the challenge is to do this really, really quickly where nobody can see it.
You can zoom in.
I'm trying to zoom in. Ash, you know me.
Bottom right. There you go.
There we go. Okay.
I'd say go in a bit more. Make it a bit bigger.
I'm going to try to go through these really quick. So these are my, like I said, I was Christmas treeing some of these, not knowing a lot about all the teams, but I always got to pick them and see how I end up or how bad I end up. Like I said earlier, don't rely on this for gambling because I use the force. Okay. That's it. So I'm taking UAB, the Blazers over the Miami. I'm in the Hometown Lenders Bahamas Bowl, the Duluth Trading Cure Bowl. Ooh, hello. I wasn't supposed to do that. This is the really part. I don't use the page up and it drives everybody crazy. Okay. The Duluth Trading Cure Bowl. I'm taking UT San Antonio. In the Fenway Bowl, Wasabi Fenway Bowl, I'm taking the Cincinnati Bearcats. The Cricket Celebration Bowl, I'm taking the Jackson State Tigers. And I knew this day was going to come with these two teams playing my two favorites, but I got to go with the Beavers. You know, the Beavers have had a damn good year. They deserve it to win. And Florida just I don't like where Florida's headed with. And my complaint all year has centered around the coaching staff. So we will see what happens next year. And Snore Poopa says Giga Maggies. Yeah, absolutely. Hey. The Jimmy Kimmel Bowl or the Self-Anointed Bowl, I'm taking Washington State over Fresno State. The Lending Tree Bowl, I'm taking Southern Miss over Rice. The New Mexico Bowl, Brigham Young over SMU. The Frisco Bowl in Frisco, Texas, I'm taking North Texas over Boise State. The Myrtle Beach Bowl, I'm taking Marshall over UConn. The famous Idaho Potato Bowl, I'll take San Jose State over Eastern Michigan. The Roof Claim Boca Raton Bowl, I'll take Toledo. The Arnell Carriers New Orleans Bowl, I'm going Western Carolina. Your favorite, the Lockheed Martin.
Let's go.
I'm taking Baylor. Do you have a pick in this one?
I'm going to go Air Force.
Okay, we'll see. All right, Baylor. The Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl that I learned what Gasparilla is about pirating tonight. Thank you, everybody in the chat. I'll take Wake Forest. It's only appropriate because they're known as the Demon Deacons. In the pirate, I refuse to recognize the Radiance Technologies name here. It will always and forever. I hope O.C. Dobbins and Small Town Republic are still here because this game to me in Shreveport, Louisiana, will always and forever be known as the Poulan Weed Eater Independence Bowl. That's it. So then Easy Post Hawaii Bowl, San Diego State, the Quick Lane Bowl, Bowling Green, Serpro First Responder Bowl, another Dallas, Texas game, Memphis, Ticketmaster, Birmingham Bowl in Birmingham, Alabama.
Birmingham.
I'll take Coastal Carolina, Camellia Bowl, and Montgomery, Alabama. Take Georgia Southern, the Guaranteed Rate Bowl, Oklahoma State, Military Bowl presented by Peraton that has no military in it, but I'll take UCF. The AutoZone Liberty Bowl, I'll take Arkansas over Kansas. The San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl, I'll take Oregon, although I don't want to. The TaxAct Texas Bowl in Houston, I'll take Ole Miss over Texas Tech. The Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl in the Bronx, take Syracuse over Minnesota. The Cheez-It Bowl in Orlando, I'll take FSU over Oklahoma. The Valero Alamo Bowl. Is there a basement in the Alamo? Did you ever watch Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
No.
Okay.
I have no idea what you're all about.
Yeah, it's just, hey, out there in the chat, where's the basement in the Alamo? I'll take the Texas there. I'll take Capital One Orange Bowl. I'll take Clemson over Tennessee. The Duke's Mayo Bowl. I'll take Maryland over NC State. Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. What's that?
Tony the Tiger, let's go.
Yeah. Tony the Tiger. And the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl, I'll take Notre Dame. Barstool Arizona Bowl, Wyoming. Fiesta Bowl, Michigan, which is one of the playoff games. And the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, I'll take the Georgia Bulldogs to move on to set up Georgia, Michigan. And in 2 weeks, we'll have another special on those two games. The TransPerfect Music City Bowl, I'll take Kentucky over Iowa in a snooze fest. If you need a nap, that's the game to watch. The All-State Sugar Bowl, Alabama over Kansas State. The ReliaQuest Bowl, I'll take Illinois over Mississippi State. The Cheez-It Citrus Bowl, we got Cheez-It in there twice. LSU over Purdue. The Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic, USC over Tulane. And the final game, the Rose Bowl game, Pasadena, California, I'll take Utah over Penn State. Wow. That was amazing. What a hell of a stream. And hey, Store Poopers. Ivan Boesky Insider Trading Bowl. Yes, that's a good one. Okay, well, no, I can't put her in a penalty box because she'd like it too much, but no. Okay. Good answer. So, but Store Poopers, there ain't no basement in Alamo. Are you some kind of dadgum Ferner? I don't. It's one of the classic lines in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Ash, you need to see that movie too, among many others you do. You'll understand it.
There's so much I need to see.
Absolutely. I got to get you to watch Dodgeball and Demolition Man. Those are two fun ones.
I've seen Demolition Man.
Oh, God. Yeah, I love that movie because it predicted
that's a great film.
It predicted the future. So, but Dodgeball is a fun one too. With that here, let me see. Before I shut things down, let me do something very carefully here because I've got to be careful, because I boomer a lot. Let me see if I can do something here real quick. And then we can wrap up, and then I can look at the poll in just a second. But I wanted to show you that field in Boise, Idaho, where the Potato Bowl is. Let me see, because it is something, I have not heard whether he is or not. That is a good question. Give me 1 second. Actually the field, let me deal with this real quick and I'll look at that. OC. The Boise State football field is actually named Albertsons Stadium. It must be with the grocery store. So let me do this. Okay, okay. Let me make sure everything's hidden. Okay, here.
Ooh.
That is their stadium, and that's blue AstroTurf.
That's cool.
It is famous for having that blue color.
That is so cool.
Yes, exactly. It's famous just for that thing. No. Yes. Don't encourage it. No encouraging it. So.
Okay. So we'll create a box especially for Squeaker. We'll call it the Squeaker box.
Yeah, it could do that. Yeah. So, Oh my gosh.
So we'll need, because she's a mouse, we'll need to put a piece of cheese in the box to lure her in. We'll have the cage shut behind her.
Yeah, but what happens when you run out of cheese, though? Then you might have.
Doesn't matter. She's in the cage.
Yeah, but she starved to death. You can't starve her to death. You know.
Okay, fine. We'll give her another piece of cheese every now and then.
Oh man, you're torturing. That's horrible. That is horrible.
Maybe, but it depends on whether Squeaker enjoys it or not.
Yeah.
Look what she just put in the chat.
Oh, penalize. Well, we'll save that for the hockey show when we talk hockey. Okay. We'll see. Let's see. I'm looking to OC Dobbins' question about that. I'm looking at an article on the 4th that does not, that there was no decision at that point. Let me see. Take it here. Let me see the news on ESPN. Thank you for bearing with me. I mean, because this really is a serious football question here with this, because as Alabama fans, most cases, if he's going to turn pro, most players don't play in the games. Let me see. Let's see. I have not seen anything yet to say that he is not playing. So I would have to believe he's either not made a decision or he's leaving it open the possibility. But, it's one of those calls that the player has to make for themselves. That's really why I'm surprised with Florida's quarterback going pro. It was just, it was not, it had to be a thing of just taking advantage while he still had some value. So, all righty. But if we find out more, we'll let you know. But I think, I don't, the articles that I'm seeing it does not look like there's been a definite decision one way or the other. So, and no, you can't keep getting penalized. It's a football show. It's not hockey. So yeah, if he's not playing, I don't know that they win. Because I can't remember the backup's name, but the backup had trouble throwing the ball with any efficiency. So it's going to be a much tougher game if they lose him for the matchup. So, all right, and you people down there, y'all have fun. Okay, the sin bin. Yeah, we got hockey, geeky, all these people in the sin bin more, and then Snort Poopus is proud, and yeah, you're not. Don't start that, and and all you guys here, been there. Hey, it's been great. Esh.
Yes.
So much for me telling you it was only going to be an hour.
That's okay.
I mean, we just started having fun. And OC playing Kansas State. Yeah, I do think that would be a very tough challenge not having Bryce Young playing. So, but yeah, Esh.
It's been a blast, mate.
It has been a blast. You've been a
My main takeaway is the toilet bowl in Birmingham.
And Birmingham and Gloucester.
Gloucester, Birmingham.
Gloucester.
Gloucester? What? Who says Gloucester?
I don't know. I do. I make up words all the damn time. It's called dadman language. But hey. So anyway, Etch, do you want to say any last words? Last word, young man.
Say your last words, for they will be the last words uttered by you to the rest of the community.
Yeah, that way you can say let people know what you're doing or what's up, and
Well, first of all, Dadman, thank you for having me on. It's been a lot of fun. We had a great time, and seems like we've got a good few ideas for future potential streams.
Mm-hmm.
So you can find me on Twitter at eshthing1. I'll be, now that I'm off from university, I'll be popping up on streams again for the next month, and hopefully I'll be popping up on my own channel, which is eshthing here on YouTube. But we'll see about that. But yeah, I'll be about the fandom, the community, and here, there, and everywhere. And but again, thanks for having me. It's been a great stream, and hope to be back soon.
Absolutely. Glad you came on. I mean, it was a spur of the moment thing, and thank you all for your comments and support out there. It means a lot. Esh.
Yeah.
God. Well, we know where Snooty Purpose can be found. So, but listen, Esh, thank you for coming on, especially on such short notice, because you definitely made this fun. I didn't know what to expect.
We it definitely took a few twists and turns there.
we still got some serious football out there and some statistics, like how many bowl games, how they exploded over the years, how Texas has the most games, and But Ash, thank you. Ash, you're one of my mods too. And I know that schedule prevents you from being around a lot, but I appreciate your support, especially when we had an issue or two that we've had to deal with. And, your knowledge on YouTube is immense. And thank you for being able to call on you at a moment's notice and your availability. But most of all, you people in the chat.
Absolutely.
You're my friends. I think you're all like family. Every one of y'all that have been here. I wish everybody was still here to hear my words, because I'm not going to whine too much. I'm not going to whine, but it's like, there's a lot of stuff. My next month for work is going to be nearly 7-day-a-week things after the holidays. Yeah, but it's one of those things, you just have to deal with it.
Yeah.
And I just say that because each and every one of you that come in here to this chat, engage, talk with me, talk to the guests on the topics. We had a stream like crazy last night, and even tonight in a smaller chat, y'all were so damn active and y'all cared about the show. We talked serious football, and we also messed around with different things. And I just want to tell you from my heart, thank you all for being here. Thank you for all being for part of this channel. Thank you for supporting the missus. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting Ash. Thank you. You support the guests too. Without you guys here and taking part, taking interest and caring to talk and engage, it would be just a boring stats show possibly. But we've been able to make it something bigger and better. And I love that. And that's what I wanted to do, is to entertain people. Hopefully y'all gave y'all a few laughs, maybe between intentional boomering and accidental boomering, or boomering I didn't even know I was doing. But
intentional boomering?
Yeah.
You boomer intentionally?
Yeah. Sometimes just to get you to laugh, because I know what, like when I say Birmingham, but yeah, but I want to thank all of y'all. I wish that I could get everybody. I'm going to try. Castle, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Snortapoopus, it's great to have you around for again. Here, I love you here in the chat. Daisy Blossom coming through and then chatting a bit. Geeky, thank you. OC Dobbins, you're awesome. Thank you for being here and talking football and and Small Time Republic. And, just thank you all for being here. And I hope that y'all keep coming. Let me say real quick, I know I'm dragging on, but that's the heartfelt thank you. But I have to say this, though. None of this would have been possible without the help of two people. My kid, Aang, who said, get your own channel. And Mrs. Dadman Walking, who wants to do her own streaming, but has sacrificed so much in the last few weeks, helping get this stream running and these slides, everything that you've seen. Tonight, you got discount Dadman, because that's the best I could come up with. But you know what? I have got to shout her out and cannot shout her out enough for what she does. And I love you, sweetheart. And you are awesome. And thank you for all that you do with this. And okay. And that's it. And I buy. I know there's a lot more buys here, and thank yous, and thank you, Geeky. Here, I'm gonna do this one first. You're welcome, OC Dobbins. I love having you here, and I love the Bama talk. And I want to talk to the manager. I got to put the sim in too much. No, SEC. Remember, it's SEC officiating. You know, that's the problem. Hey, what? Where'd that come from? Anyway, you rock too, Castle. You all rock. Let me just say, as I go out here, there's a few reminders. Okay, in 2 weeks from now at 8:00, it'll be more structured because I'm going to get the boring stats out. We're going to look at the 4 teams in the playoff, in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl and the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. So we're going to look at that. I'm hoping to have a special guest on that night, waiting to see what happens with that. That's in 2 weeks. Sunday, I do want to say that, and I do want to show that. Watch Twitter for any spur of the moment streams. It could be a chill stream. It could be Fortnite. But currently what I have planned is on Sunday at 3 p.m., I'm going to have kind of a chill stream, but maybe look at some Christmas memes and Christmas funny stories and stuff with, just chill out. Hope they have a light little laughter, and scheduled to have Purple Valkyrie on with me that day, Sunday at 3. So hopefully that works out, and we'll have a time sharing, and who knows where that'll go. Especially you people in the chat, if y'all show up for that, then who knows? Esh, I'm sure you'll be out there saying, "Hey, damn it says Birmingham and Gloucester." Yeah, exactly. So, and then Tuesday night we're going to do another detour with the Dadmans. It's the plan. What this one is going to do is going to tease towards the future a little bit. The missus and I have traveled around the country a lot, touring many Civil War battlefields and forts and stuff specifically. And what I'm hoping to do is kind of give you a sample of the places we've been and talk about it a little bit, with the eye to do more detailed streams starting in February after I get beyond January. Time to plan and get set it up and rest after work. So, and all that stuff. So that's what's coming up. Like I said, Twitter, watch Twitter for the latest announcements in case I just decide to go crazy and just start streaming. You know what? I almost did this, Ash. I almost forgot the poll.
Don't forget the poll.
The poll. Yes, Snortapoopas, battlefields and forts. Yes. We have been to so many, and we've had some very interesting adventures. The last fort that we just visited back in September was Fort Pickens over off of Pensacola. It is one of the 4 Union forts located in the South that did not fall to Southern hands during the war. So, and it was really interesting, and it's not all there anymore. Interesting story. Have to save that for another time. But on that note, oh God, I almost forgot the poll again, Ash. What? All right. Which of the bowl game names do you like best? Well, obviously, what? Okay, I get that Wasabi Fenway Bowl won with 55%. Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl at 33%. And we had 9 votes. And Duke's Mayo Bowl at 11%. But nobody voted for Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. I guess they don't like Frosted Flakes. It's all good.
Frosties, as we call them in the UK.
Frosties, yes. Battlefields and forts. And I know you grew up in Virginia surrounded by battlefields and forts. Yes, I tell you, I was up there in the early 90s. Let's see, late 80s. It's late 80s, early 90s, and the encroachment on the battlefields, I just was amazing, And I'll talk about there's a difference between visiting the Eastern Theater battlefields and the Western Theater battlefields. I'll talk more about that Tuesday night, and then down the road as we have pictures. If you love it, there's a very big distinction between the two. And I'm happy to say my kids got to do what I didn't do. They got to go through the Western Theater, which allowed you to see more things. So, yep, we're not surprised. And That's okay. That's cool. The Godzilla Bowl would be a good one. And the misses with it was not great. Yeah, of course, Tony the Tiger. That's awesome, folks. But again, thank you everyone for being here. I needed to let Esh go too. But I wanted to say off the big thank you and that everything coming up. So with that being said, everybody have a good evening. What's left of it. Good morning in your case, Ash. So
oh yeah, it's not like it's 3 a.m. or anything.
I know it's okay. You're young. You're
but
young.
it's okay. I'm on holiday. I can enjoy my time. I can stay late a bit.
And Snortopoopas, down the road, I'm hoping to have some pictures of those. Okay, so we did visit both, and it was really an experience. So on that note, good night, Ash. Good night, chat. Good night, everybody, and thank you for staying around so long, and thank you for your support, and hope to see you next time.
Good night, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.